Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to MBR, or as we like to call it around here, Nothing But Rants, the show where I find topics that I'm oddly passionate about and I pontificate upon them. These are not hot takes, but rather takes that I'm hot about. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in on a beautiful Thursday evening here on the Film Guy Network. We are not live. We are premiering. So if you're watching us right now and you're live in the YouTube comments, I appreciate you, man. Let them things fire off. I'll be in there with you a little post-date. So it's like getting Brooks twice. You get me live here in action, live right there on YouTube, and live in the comments. How about them apples? It's been a great week here on this channel, as it typically is during football season, right? And I've always talked about spring practice as a version of football season. We get a month and a half of football season. So like now that we actually have a game to evaluate, a G-Day scrimmage to evaluate, we've been churning out content left and right. We've already done quarterback evaluation. We've already done linebacker evaluation. We're going today, as you can see by the title, look at the defensive line. Now, at the University of Georgia, this can be really, really kind of not necessarily confusing, but can be misinterpreted, right? What is the defensive line? For me, like today, and we're going to make it nice and simple, if you're on the line of scrimmage, we're going to be evaluating you. So that's a bunch of position groups. That's linebackers. We're going to take a look at you again today on some of the things that you did at the line of scrimmage. Obviously, nose tackles, defensive ends. Okay, all those guys, they're going to be getting evaluated today. But, of course, we're going to be looking at some edge rushers, right? Outside linebackers, as they're called at Georgia, Jackson Sams, okay? I call those guys edge rushers. They stand on the edge of the defense. They rush the passer. They're edges to me. We're going to evaluate them today in this episode along with the rest of the defensive line. So, again, can kind of be misinterpreted. What is everything? I consider those jacks, those outside linebackers as listed on the roster, those guys are edge rushers. Those guys are defensive ends. When they go to the league, that's what they're going to play, right? None of them are going to stand up and play off-ball linebacker. That's not what it is. They're edge rushers, okay? Most of the time, their hands either going to be in the dirt or they're going to be standing up outside the tackle box, or just outside the tackle. So that's how we're going to evaluate them, just to clear everything up as we get in. It's been a great week, like I told you, and the best part about these weeks, and when we get to evaluate football, is we get to shut up. We get to shut up, and we get to grind the tape. I think it's very unique to our platform, okay, that we do it this way. Every take, and every opinion is formulated in this right here, what we do right here today, which is evaluate film. So let's shut up. Let's grind the tape. Hey, I always forget to tell you guys, hit that like, subscribe, thumbs up button, all that good stuff. If you're thankful for the content, if you've appreciated the content, show us some love with that thumbs up. And, yeah, all that good stuff. And if you like today, I always forget to say this. You won't get the full version of the film eval today, okay? If you want it, head over to patreon.com/Brooks Austin. All right, that's enough. Let's shut up. Let's grind the tape. All right. I don't necessarily question. I want to know. Okay, here in a second, you're going to see number 19 flashing your screen. I thought he was. Oh, no, we're going to 012. My bad. Started wrong. So 19 right here. Darius Smith Jr. right here. Dad's always in the YouTube comments. Shouts out Darius Sr. I want to know, hey, are they teaching him to attack this with his shoulders turned? As this play develops, you will see, hey, look, 19's shoulders are kind of cockeyed, right? They're kind of turned sideways. Are they telling you to do that? And here's why I want to know. Does you turning your shoulder sideways emphasize Oscar Delp's willingness, or want to rather, to turn his shoulders sideways and come down because you're ultimately trying to set up Xavier Sorey? These are the questions that I have when I watch Georgia's defense, because they don't do things fundamentally incorrect unless that's the fundamentally correct thing to do, right? And what do I mean by that? Typically, when you're attacking the line of scrimmage, like we talked about with the linebackers the other day, we want to attack with square shoulders, right? We don't want to give any type of limited surface. We want to be as broad and as strong as we can as a horizontal presence as the running back or the ball carrier is approaching us. What we don't want to do is give a back to a guy, or turn our back to a guy, or turn our shoulders to the side and get really, really skinny unless we're splitting a double team. In this case, it looks to me like they are telling Darius, hey, fight down as hard as you can. Be a team-oriented rusher here, so when X comes and wraps around, we have that good, clean look right there. Boom. That's what they're wanting. They want that running back to feel that sense and that urge of, oh, my God, this is going to be wide open. And then, bam, there's Xavier Sorey right in front of your face. So if you're evaluating this, if you're looking at this from like a pro football focused standpoint, you might look at 19 and you're saying, damn, he's getting washed down the line of scrimmage. He's losing a couple gaps. His shoulders aren't quite square. And you might want to knock him. You might want to, hey, put a minus right here. But in reality, this is a football player that's probably doing what his coach has asked him to do, which is influence 4 into fully committing downward on that downward block so we can get Xavier and Sorey free. I love this from all these guys right here. Every single one of these guys, all 4 of them, really, really good get off here from all of these guys, okay? It's 2nd and 7. Some strong indications here that you might be getting a pass rush. I think all 4 of these guys get off the line of scrimmage really, really well on this rep. I think Tramel Walthour gets a win here, but the ball's out of his hands too damn fast at the quarterback position for it to even matter. Here is what I noticed about this black defensive line unit playing this guy at quarterback. I vividly remember, and I recall, and some of you guys might too, if you watch as much NFL football content as I do when I get a chance to. There was a video, I think it was of Joey Bosa when he was playing with, we still with the Chargers, but when he was playing and active, he was playing against Brady, Brady's last couple years with New England. And he was so frustrated coming off the field because he was winning. He feels like he was winning his pass rush reps like we just saw with Tramel. You feel like you're winning, but it doesn't matter because the quarterback's so daggone dialed into everything that is offensive play that the ball is out of his hands before you even get there. So his clicker, his internal process in his internal clicker is just so much faster than humanly possible for you to get to the quarterback. So in situations like this, man, when you're playing quarterbacks like this, you just might not get home. Like 90's going to win his rep right here, guys. He's going to win 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. He is about to be in the quarterback's face. If the quarterback doesn't feel this and immediately get the ball out of his hands, that is a sack. And to be honest with you, most of the times in college football, that will be a sack. Against Carson Beck, it is not. We're going to 0-36 next. We have to convert run to pass faster. I understand why everyone is doing what they're doing right now. Everybody has butted. They are now pressing, right? You see everybody's in the process of engaging with their helmet, extending with their arms, and trying to create separation between themselves and the guy blocking them. That is run positioning, okay? They are trying to play the run right now as a defensive, cohesive unit. The only problem is now it is pass, okay? Now we played the run. Now 90 down on the bottom. Now 78 in the middle. Now especially you, 32 at the top, going against a tight end who's going to win the Mackey Award this year. You have got to convert run to pass. We've got to shed these blocks and get some type of pressure, some type of something on this quarterback. We've got to get hands disengaged. We cannot just settle for trying to get our hand into the passing windows when the ball is released. That's not good enough, even though it's a decent effort from Nazir Stackhouse. I don't expect defensive tackles to win these reps. I don't really expect, for that matter, linebackers to win these reps. But by God, 90, you better be throwing a cross-chop rip. You better be getting hands off. And by God, 32, you better be doing something as well, because we're paying you, okay, in the NFL. We're paying you to get your butt home and get after the quarterback, and especially not paying you to get blocked by tight ends, okay? Especially not paying you to get blocked by tight ends. Here we get a good look at it. It is very much so a run key. You're getting run keys. The ball gets pulled out of the belly of the back. We've got to convert run to pass. Let's get after it right now. I think it was actually Zion Log with a good jump right there. Yeah, it was Zion. Well-timed jump there from Zion. 126. Hey, this is what I love about this guy, Nazir Stackhouse. And honestly, you're not going to really be able to see it, but if you pay close attention, you'll notice on this TV copy. 78. Now, Jordan Davis played this nose tackle position on a different level and a different wavelength, right? In really a different world. He's a different human. He had so much magnetism around him that you noticed him on Saturdays. It can go very, very easily by you how good 90 or 78 is, how good Nazir Stackhouse is. It can go right by you. You never really notice. You're not paying attention because I guess maybe it's because the flash plays aren't there. But watch this dude, man. Watch him just wreak carnage inside this offensive line unit that is really, really good. He just struck Cedric Van Pran in the face. He's going to take Xavier Truss with him and the right guard. So if you look at this mass over here, That is the left guard. That is the center. And the right guard's body is somewhere collapsed over there as well. Nazir Stackhouse, with a run play going down the midline of the offensive line, has now taken three blockers by his lonesome. Okay, all that is left for this offensive line to try to successfully block this play is Ernest Green, okay, and Amarius Mims all the way out there. The 2 tackles, that's it. Okay, Zion Logue has now become a free defender because of all of this mass of destruction in the middle of this defense. And again, man, it can really, really go unnoticed if you're not paying attention. If you're not really looking, it's so often overlooked. Is all I'm trying to say. And he just gets up and he rolls over and he goes and does it the next play. This second unit, I already put it in the Discord. This second unit, man, the second unit on this defensive line, I sent a text to a couple sources today. I want to know the answer to this question. Are these guys that close to the first unit, or are these guys that far from their first unit, right? These are 2s v 2s, all right? So if this 2s unit is kicking the shit out of this 2s unit, either this 2s unit needs to get some playing time or this 2s unit needs to get their butt better. And I'm going to be honest, as we go through this film study, I don't really know the case. I know these 2 tackles are not SEC ready, but the rest of the offensive line is really good football players. Michael Morris, Jared Wilson, Dylan Fairchild, those are really, really good football players. So what we're about to show you is some immense gifts from some really young defensive linemen and edge rushers. These 4 right here that we're about to watch, these guys have some gifts, man. Just watching them get off the ball, it looks different. When we go to watch, that first unit, when they're going from run to pass and they're converting and trying to get off blocks, these guys just look more explosive to me as I watch them over and over and over and over again. Okay. I'm good with what 52 does right here. I tweeted about it. The first season in college of Kristen Miller's career, I could see him processing. I could see him thinking, and I don't want to see that from defensive linemen. I want to see defensive linemen reacting. I want to see them hunting. I want to see them moving quickly. I want to see them getting off of the football like Kristen does right here. This is what he was known for. 52 for me coming out of college was the first step. The first step of this dude is elite. And if you're going to do this on 2nd and 4 against that guy whose job is to not, like Michael Morris's job is to not get pushed back. If he goes an entire career without ever getting pushed back, he will play for 12 years on Sunday. But if he allows people to do this, he won't. He won't play on Sundays for a long time. But this right here is picture perfect. Okay, from pad level to where his hip alignment is with his ankles to where his chest is and his eyes are. This is 100% perfect from Kristen Miller. And though he does not make this tackle, though he kind of falls off and feeds it to Damon Wilson as Michael Morris kind of pushes him off there towards the end, that's a winning rep for me from 52. That is very much so a winning rep for me. Now, 44. I love the way Jordan Hall in here is shedding this block. I love the way he gets his hands active. I love the way he's fighting this ISO block from Dylan Fairchild by himself. Okay, I like hands inside. I like everything about this rep. I just want this to happen at the line of scrimmage. Can we have this happen where it's happening for Kristen? And when does that happen for us? Because when the moment that happens is the moment we get on the field and we start and we're a guy, right? That's the difference. But the shedding, the ability to get rid of the block, I'm with that. I'm with that. That's a win. I got a hell yes on the notes. I got a hell yes from you, 52. I got a hell yes for you, 52. I got a hell yes for you, 26. And I don't know where 6 is. I got a hell yes for you, 6 as well. Watch these 3 players. Let's watch Kristen first here at the nose tackle position. Again, for him, for 52, it all starts with get off. How fast can we get off the football? How much can we reset the line of scrimmage? This right here, guys, if you're doing this as a nose tackle, you play. You play, period. Don't care who you're doing it against. You play. You do that, you get on the field, no doubt. All right, so I'm all with that for 52 right there, okay? Boom. Big time separation there. Now, let's watch 26. This is Sam and Pimba right here. Now, he's going to collision all of this mess over here and then still try to maintain outward, leverage. Send this thing back in if he can. So let's take a look at 26. Boom. Resets the tackle. Okay, he's even in the helmet level right now with Kristen Miller, if you can tell. Okay. I know we're not doing offensive line today, but 57, Monroe Freeland, you did a bunch of catching on Saturday. You got to figure that out. This is not a passive sport. Okay. 55, we've been talking about this for you for a while. You have got to stop catching football players. You're just letting guys eat your chest alive, and that is not football. That is not how we play this position. We got to get that fixed, or else we are going to maintain the fact that we are -2 in the backfield every single time we snap the football and take a rep. We cannot do that. But let's talk about 26. Great job out here, resetting the line of scrimmage, setting people back, and then shedding the block, okay, getting hands off and causing that to happen. Now, let's talk about 6, okay, Dalen Everett up here at the top of the screen. I love watching corners key. If you're a corner and you don't key now and you don't come down and run support, you're not going to play for Kirby Smart. You won't. I've seen it too many times. I've seen too many offenses try to get into these bunch formations and condense this corner over here at the top of your screen, condense him, get him to bring himself into the picture, and then run right at him. All right, so if you're not going to be willing to come downhill and fill, you can't play. Just period, point blank. Great job there by 6 coming downhill. I would love to see you, come with a little bit of power upon contact, right? I don't want to see guys hit us and fall forward, but you are a corner hitting a 230-pound running back, so we're going to give you that one. Sam, come on now. Shoot. This is why wrestlers are such good football players, because they get I think I shouldn't say just wrestler. I think multi-sport athletes are really, really good football players because their bodies have been in positions that they've been on in other fields or other, levels of competition, and it enhances their ability. Okay. This is a great job of identifying the reverse. Okay. Sam does a great job of IDing here. The problem is we got to throw. Okay. We got to throw. We got to get out. Look, throw now. Okay. Stick your head across his body and throw. Throw your body in front of his legs and get after it, because if you just try to keep running him and let him run the hoop, he's probably going to outrun you. Okay. It's a great job of what we call stringing this play out. But if you just get your head across of his body, you're going to knock him down. Throw right now. Throw your head in front of his body and bite that play side knee, and let's get him down on the ground for a -16 instead of a -2, or a -6 instead of a -2. Right now, throw your body. Go. This is how you convert run to pass. This is what we talk about, converting the rush. It is run. You're getting run keys, backside guard pulling, low hats, okay, flat backs from offensive linemen. You are getting run keys, okay? So these guys right here, these 2 in particular, he's already winning because he's spinning the left tackle. But let's look at these 2 interior guys and let's watch them shed blocks. They're constantly fighting hands, getting over the top. That's Jonathan Jefferson in the middle. And watch Kristen Miller. He's just going to shut Jared Wilson right off. Again, I know we're talking twos. It's the first thing I talked about. Are these guys just this bad, or are these guys just as good? Because these guys dominated these guys all day. All day. But that's what it is, man. That's how we get home. We cannot sit there and just get locked out all rep. Now, this is what I love too, because it's 3rd and 17, right? It's 3rd and 17. They throw this toss sweep over here. They throw this tunnel or bubble or whatever you want to freaking call it. They throw this screen to the left of to the top of your screen. Okay, CJ Allen's going to run it down. We've already talked about it. We've already watched it. But I love seeing this. And Tyrion Ingram Dawkins, there was some rumors. Maybe this was a guy that people thought might hit the portal. It's very clear to me who wants to play at Georgia. That 93 wants to play at Georgia. This spring tape was filled with high effort plays. I mean, the body language has never been there from TID. This is not a big smiling guy that you're going to see on TV all the time. This is a very quiet go-getter. He is not somebody that wants the spotlight. My guy, he just does his job. He just out there working and crafting, and he overhand swipes Chad Lindbergh right here. Why is it on the clips? Why are we watching it? Why is it necessary? It's necessary to me because I see a guy even in the midst of not having to working on the craft, right? It's 3rd and 17. They're throwing screen away from you, and we're trying to work a pass rush move. We're putting our hand in the dirt, and we're overhand swiping like we're actually playing football. We're actually thinking about pass rush plans. Look at this over here. I mean, that is it, guys. That is the rush, right? And it might not show up right now, 3rd and 17 G-Day game, but 3rd and 7 this fall when he does the same move on a right tackle, it's going to show up, and we're going to be like, there it was, right? There it was. That's why it was important. And it's also, I learned about your football character through things like that. I really do. I learned about your football character through things like that. 3rd and 17, nobody gives a shit except for you. Like, that matters to me. That matters to me. Convert, guys. Convert. I know you're getting a bunch of different shit. I know we're getting reverses. I know we're getting trick pass. I know we're getting flea flickers. But can someone, for the love of God, get off of a block? Chaz got 7 days to get off that one. I don't know if he ever will. Again, I know it's hard, especially for 32 down here at the bottom of the screen. He's trying to stretch for the potential reverse as well. So he really doesn't have an opportunity to rush until right about now. But we have got to disengage at a much higher rate than this right here. CJ Madden, I mean, at the top of the screen, America's going to block him for 7 months. $5.59. See you. Oh. You're never getting home here. I mean, it's 7-man pass protection here, 8 if you include the back. So you're never getting home. I'm not going to turn the tape on and see you guys rush 4 defensive linemen versus 5 offensive linemen, a tight end, and the back. All right. I'm not going to watch you pass block against 7 guys or pass rush against 7 guys and come on here and talk shit about you. I'm not. What I'm going to do is say, how in the hell do we leave somebody wide ass open when they're in 7-man protect and we've got, 7 guys back? Okay, so we're playing 7 defenders against their 5 or 4 receivers. Okay, why do we have this happening? That's the problem with this clip. Not that he's got all the damn time in the day to sit back there and throw. He should. Excuse me. Pardon my language. There's 2 tight ends up there. It's 8-man protection. It's a 2-man route concept. And we're out here giving up 7, 8, 9, 10 yards of separation. Ain't got nothing to do with defensive linemen, guys. Not that clip, at least. Well, 6:32 here. This is just bad all the way. Bad all the way. 78 gets lifted, forklifted out of here by the left guard in the center. Warren Brinson gets kicked out right here by Ernest Green and completely walled off. There's a channel as big as the daggum Toyota Tundra sitting in the driveway right here. Okay. And then this guy is caught sleeping like we showed you yesterday in film study or Tuesday in film study. So there's a whole bunch wrong going on right here. Okay. 78, first bad play of the day for him. He's going to get driven. 97's getting underhooked right now. He's getting driven out. And here comes the alleyway right here, right in B gap. And again, I do not know what EJ Lights he was looking at. But that's how touchdowns in wide open holes like that. I mean, this is the problem. We can sit here and talk about linebacker play all day, but that ain't good. All right, that is not good. We are too far upfield and getting kicked out here. We are not at all withholding our line of scrimmage right here in the middle. So there's a bunch going wrong on this play, not just the linebacker standing on his heels. This dude over here is going to be really, really good. It's Gabe Harris. He just looks the part, guys. I mean, he just looks like a Georgia defensive end. He looks like an SEC football player. He moves like one, and he's walking right past 57 right here. We're going to get into offensive line play. There's so much to clean up on this second unit. I thought the first unit played damn near flawless. The second unit, not so much. But even like the vigor with which 35 down here on the bottom, look at this. The vigor with which he is fighting through this run and converting to pass, right? This is what conversion looks like. Boom, strike for the run. Good extension. Get that guy off of you. Now, shit, it's pass. Let's go. Boom, fight. Get after it, right? It's not locked in, chest. Oh, that guy's got my chest. I'm just going to let him have my chest. We're just going to sit here, and eventually I'll capture one of your edges and I'll get to run after the quarterback. No, 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 no. Everything about 35 in this clip is violent. It's explosive. Everything. We got what we call a war daddy right here. We're gonna watch it when we get in the offensive line room, and we're gonna watch it really, really closely. But I thought Dylan Fairchild played a phenomenal football game on Saturday. I think Dylan Fairchild is a phenomenal football player. And you're about to see what equates to him losing a rep right here. This is a loss for Dylan Fairchild on Saturday. This is what it looked like. These are not losses. This is in a normal world. This is you resetting the line of scrimmage here at right guard by yourself against that defensive tackle, and that is a win 9 times out of 10. Okay, we get up here to the second level. All right, but Jonathan Jefferson is doing a great job of just fighting. All right, just fighting against a dude that's like bound and determined to whip your ass. That's a good job right there from 94. I like his fight of getting over the top. And I also love the get off right here from 52. You think these two guys want any smoke from 52 right here? Watch this center and this left guard. Watch them catch this. They look like Sunday school, upward baseball, softball players right here, just catching shit. Strike. Put your foot in the ground and strike. Hey, watch this guy down here. This is going to be such a special football player, man. The note said, do you think he's got the timing down? Once you see this, watch this. You see him load? Do you see him load down? Boy, y'all better switch up that snap count. Watch this. As soon as Gunnar Stockton's hands open, he is going to break and sink his hips. Watch this. Here we go. Let's play it. Watch Gunner's hands first. Okay. As soon as his hands break, okay. As soon as they come up, watch this load over here. Watch this load. There comes the hands. There comes the load. Boom. Hey, I'm telling you right now, that's a bad dude. That is a bad dude right there, number 35, and you ain't got a shot over there at right tackle. I don't care if you got a good job out right there, 78. This is the best and most successful rep you had against this speed rush all day. And you know what, Chad Lindbergh, baby, I love you. It is not your fault. As my offensive line coach in college told me, God beat you. God did. That guy woke up and beat you. All right, so it ain't a problem. It's not your fault. You can blame that one on the good Lord, or you can at least have a conversation with him once you get up to them pearlies, because 35 going to run by your ass no matter what right there, dog. That's just, I mean, you did good. 2.5. I mean, you survived 2.5 kick slide before we got vertical. Like, you tried everything you could. 35 is one of them. I'm telling you, he one of them. We get a replay at it. I always talked about it, and Chris said this the other day when we did an interview with him. He said, I always do a great job talking about the turf flying up, because football players know this. When you start seeing turf flying, that's explosivity. They're playing on natural grass. I guarantee you, if we had the 1080p picture right here, you'd see some sand particles flying up off them cleats from 35 right there. That is a juicy athlete. On 750. I love seeing this guy, Nazir Stackhouse, starting to make plays with his brain. If you remember, if you watched us, if you're like a real subscriber, if you're an OG to this network, you'll know that like Stack's first year when we watched him, we're like, we can see you thinking like it's like your motor. It's like one of them fans that we talk about with my brain going, woo. I could see that happening on film and on the field for Stack. And that's never a good thing. Not for defensive football players. We want to see you moving, not thinking. And I noticed it. It was noticeable. It was palpable on tape. And now, like, as his career has progressed, you see more and more stuff like this. I've told you here on this network, if you see this, if you see a hand up, I shouldn't be giving all this away on the free side of things, but I'm going to give it to you. If you see a hand up from a defense lineman, that is them telling the film and telling their coach in post that I'm about to do something because I see something. Something in front of me tells me I should react a different way outside of my norms of my responsibilities. So what you're going to see right now, right, is you're going to see that hand fly up, and you're going to see Stack off the snap immediately gain ground towards the line or towards the sideline. Why? Well, he's seeing truck sweep action. He is getting stretch zone looks from the offensive lineman in front of him. So, though there was a bust on this play, I'm pretty sure someone's supposed to be down blocking. One of these guys is supposed to come down and around. That's why it's called pin and pull. Somebody's got to pin and somebody's got to pull. Nobody pins, both people pull. But nonetheless, 78 is going to F this play up no matter what. He's either going to hit a defensive lineman square in the or offensive lineman square in the mouth as they come to try to down block a defensive lineman that is expecting it, or he's just going to outrun whoever's trying to full scoop him, which is exactly what happens right here. Nazir Stackhouse ultimately ends up becoming the force player. Okay, he forces this player back in and back to Jamon Dumas Johnson, who we've already addressed on this exact clip. So again, I love seeing defensive linemen over their years progress with knowledge. Like, you have become a much, much smarter football player. And it's not just football players that become smarter at the University of Georgia. It's fans that become smarter because of networks like this. If you like what you have seen, we got a handful of more clips. We're only about halfway through. So if you want to check us out, patreon.com/Brooks Austin. Appreciate you being here. Hit that thumbs up button on your way out. Love you. We'll see you.